Cheap Trick from live at Budokan on Northeast PA's Classic Rock, Rock 107. Welcome to the show tonight. It's your buddy, your pal, chairman of the board, Ed Hamilton, here with you until 5:30 in the morning when Prospector takes over. And tonight we've got a treat for you. A little bit later tonight, I'm bringing my actual live human son into the studio. His name is Luke. I think we'll debut him tonight as young chairman of the board and let him take over for a break and see how that goes. But between now and then, we've got great rock and roll on the way from REM, also some Pat Benatar. We'll get to the outfield later on, Ozzy and Tesla, so stay tuned. Pat Benatar kicks off a long nonstop set of Rock 107. It's Fuel on Northeast PA's Classic Rock, Rock 107. Your buddy Ed Hamilton with you on the overnight. I brought my buddy along for the ride tonight, my son Luke, and we're going to bring him on with me next. Well, glad you joined us tonight. On board with me, your buddy, your pal, chairman of the board, Ed Hamilton, is my pal, the young chairman of the board, Luke Hamilton. Welcome aboard, buddy.
Thanks for having me, Dad.
Hey, awesome. I did this when I was a little older than you, and that was a long time ago, but I never got to do this while you were alive to hear me do it.
Well before my time, right?
Almost before my time. But you know what? It's cool because I think the Rock 107 listeners get a kick out of having you for a couple of reasons. One, you have an amazing taste in music, especially classic rock. And I'll circle back to that in a minute. But I think we have similar sounding voices.
I think we do. I didn't really know how I felt about it until we got into the studio and had some conversation, and now I definitely hear the similarities in our voices.
So what happens when you leave here? Like, you're immediately like a chick magnet, all the girls at, can I say the name of your school?
Go for it.
All the girls at Westchester University are like, oh, man, I heard Luke Hamilton on the radio.
Maybe.
Dad just embarrassed him. But I actually think our voices sound a little bit alike. I mean, you know, I'm older and gravelier, but I think when I was young, I think I sounded a lot like it.
I could get behind that.
Now, I mentioned your great taste in classic rock. And I think a lot of people would be tempted to think that I made you listen to classic rock, but that's not the case. How did you come across your own crazy, excellent style of music?
I honestly think it was more so of just trying to get away from things that you listen to. I know that you're a huge punk fan your entire life, and somehow I managed to get myself into jam bands and into the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, but you never kind of shied away from the punk bands either.
No, I still have a lot of love for the Ramones, a big Clash fan, all over the board.
I remember when you were like 6 or 7, you knew the words from Rancid's Time Bomb.
It's a good one, classic.
Now, how about some of these jam bands? Who's your favorite of all time?
The Grateful Dead are definitely number one. Not a close second. I'm going to go Fish. And I've been getting into Goose a lot recently.
Really? All right. Now, last summer, you and your buddy Tommy got to see Dead and Company up at Bethel Woods. Your dad's not taking you to the Sphere to see Dead and Company out in Las Vegas, but that would be a pretty cool show, wouldn't it?
That would be awesome. I haven't read anything bad about it. It just seems like an insane full-body experience, especially for big fans of the Dead.
What do kids listen to today when they're not listening to classic rock? I mean, I know there's a lot of hip-hop and pop music, but do you have something out there that's cool that maybe isn't on the radio that kids are into these days that, you know, listeners to the Rock 107 overnight show might not know what it is?
There's the big genre of music nowadays is called indie, is what I would say is what a lot of people my age are into. They're also into country music, but we're not here to talk about country music.
That's my boy.
Indie's a little bit rock influenced and a little bit pop influenced, and there's still the talent of being able to play an instrument there. It's not just all electronic backtracking and production of beats. It's people are still using instruments, and there's a little bit of influence from both sides there.
It's cool. I'm a pretty smart kid. I did all right, huh? Hey, who's that one band that you let me listen to? And I think they fall into that category. They were an indie band, and Milk was in the title.
Dead Milkmen?
No, that was from my era.
Oh, Neutral Milk Hotel.
Yeah, that was it. Those guys were good.
They rock. Yeah,
I liked that.
I like them a lot.
All right. Well, it is young chairman of the board, Luke Hamilton, with us. I'm going to let you do the next song. This is a band that you're into, so take it away.
Here's Stone Temple Pilots on Northeast PA's classic rock, Rock 107.